What's up, y'all? Glad you're liking the new camera. And you want to know what kind of camera this is? This is 4K, baby. The highest of the high. Now, you guys, oh, you like the shirt too? I love it. I'm anti-stupid. Now, here's the situation. A lot of people ask me about 50 Cent's finances, him filing for bankruptcy. What's going on with 50 Cent? Well, here's the thing. I'll let everyone go out and make their statements first. I didn't want to just have some out there just because everybody was throwing some out there. Here's the truth about what's happening with 50 Cent's bankruptcy. A lot of people think he filed bankruptcy and it's all over and 50's the smartest man in the world and she gets nothing. That's not how this works. He filed a Chapter 11. And what that does is chapter, because there's different chapters, of course, Chapter 7, Chapter 12. But this chapter that he files pretty much just delays things why your company is restructured or whatever the business is that he filed bankruptcy under. Now, he put a lot of things that he owed on this list, and some of those things will be taken care of due to the bankruptcy. But this woman here can basically still get her money. It just takes longer, and she has to wait until they lift off the Chapter 11 once these things are restructured or refinanced. And normally people do that because they're hoping to get a settlement from that person, or that person will accept lesser money rather than wait many years before they receive their lump sum money after the restructuring is done. And what this is a stalling tactic in cases like this, is stall you out. Now, if you got time and you want to wait it out and see what happens, you can do that. If not, then you take a lesser settlement and get that done. And this way, this protects you for this situation here. And now he could have filed another chapter, but he would have lost his cars and things of that nature. So, um, and the problem that they have is that celebrities have these things where 50 Cent, he's in debt. He makes a lot of money, but he's in debt. Like he has certain contracts that will put him in debt. He's a couple of million in the hole. It's like having a credit card. You make payments and you have all this interest. Okay, so as long as you make your payments, you still can live the lavish lifestyle even though you're behind the eight ball, and a situation could put you back on top or back in the game. But 50 Cent's name to fame and his main draw to public interest is the fact that he has money. That is the key to 50 Cent's existence. His existence is, I have money, the world knows I have money, and that's it. That's his attraction is, I'm 50 Cent. I'm doing everything that's moving. I call the shots. I got money. So when you see 50 Cent, you think there's the money. So when you see 50 Cent is declaring bankruptcy, the first thing you think about is, oh man, 50 ain't got no money. So 50 has to do damage control because he's very concerned about his image and his appeal into social media and marketing. So he has to do damage control. That's why you saw him on Conan. You saw him do interviews right away. He was right on Facebook. He's on Instagram because he wants the public to know, like, don't think I'm broke. He's at the strip club throwing money. You know, you don't see 50 Cent do that because he has to keep the image so that you can think, hey, everything's okay with 50 Cent. Which it is and it isn't. He had a lot of investments early on that didn't pan out that you knew nothing about. He fired and replaced the majority of his team. I don't think what's his name, Theo, is working with him anymore, and a couple other his business partners. He had to go through a restructuring. Since the loss of Chris Lightley, he really has fall into the hole and a wayside where Chris Lightley would have had some projects put together that would have earned him some money. The loss of Chris Lighty has really shined a bright light on him to have to perform with the team that he has, and a lot of the investments he hadn't paid off just yet. And in business, that's how it normally works. It takes time for businesses and certain things to materialize to make the type of money you basically would need if you're 50 Cent. For us, it would be substantial, but if you're 50 cents, it's not enough to cover the bills. That's why he was able to get G Unit and everything back together once he got his money that he'd been waiting on for years. He had to sit down somewhere and basically dismantle everything because he didn't have the funds. Once he finally got his money from Jimmy Iovine and Interscope, and they gave him that $24 million they owed him, he was back balling. He had money again. It was back on. So then he was able to put out his album independently, the G Unit albums independently. He got Kid Kid. He's back on top. He's rolling again, you know. But he's still in debt. Why? Because he owed millions. And he's like a credit card. You got the interest rates. You got all these things that you owe on from other investments that hadn't quite panned out, other lawsuits that didn't quite pan out. 50 has been known for taking technology from people and copying it and coming out with his own. It's kind of the reason he's gotten a jam in the first place. Had he just went with beats, none of this would be happening right now. But he wanted to basically create his own type of beats and make his own money off the headphones. And he stepped on the toes of Jimmy Iovine, and that created a whole avenue of problems for him because a lot of things he needed to have done, he couldn't get done or approved because Jimmy wasn't going to be a part of it. And once Jimmy wasn't a part of it, Eminem was no longer going to be a part of it. Even though 50 Cent was signed to Shady Records, Jimmy Iovine is the boss. And if Jimmy don't like Eminem, it's not gonna pan out to keep having 50 Cent around when his public relevancy was going down like this. So to the general public, his relevance in hip hop was dwindling down. So that I can use 50 Cent to get things done didn't work out. Just like it didn't in boxing. Aram took a risk like, okay, I'm going to go in with 50 Cent because he's got general public appeal. And he saw the appeal just wasn't there for 50 Cent as he thought it was because he's out of the loop. 50 ain't had a hit out in a while, and the general public is just like, he's like a relic to them. But on social media, he's good for a good chuckle. He'll do some stuff and put some things out. Everybody like to show power, but people mostly like to hear 50 Cent do interviews and talk than actually perform now. So that's where it is right now. Follow the playlist. We got all the truth behind the hip hop beefs and all that stuff, and we're gonna keep this things rolling right along. And I'm out.